Hello YouTubers and welcome to Battery Charge.
In this amateur history show, we put a metaphorical ammeter and voltmeter on a coastal battery to see what kind of resistance it puts up.
In other words, in this brand new YouTube series, join us as we explore the remains of old battery sites from a bygone age.
As this is the very first episode, we thought it would be a good idea to start with the basics.
So we thought we'd ask the question.
What is a battery and why is it there?
On Battery Charge, we don't claim to be any kind of experts, but we really are interested in all things coastal, battery and artillery.
So most of the facts and figures we use have been sourced from the web, so check out the links in the description below.
Right, a shout out to www.victorianforts.co.uk and the historic defences of Plymouth by Pye and Woodward. This is an excellent reference with good intel on this location and many others, so go check it out in your local library.
We also like to hear your opinions, so leave us a question or comment below and click subscribe.
Without further ado, let's look around our first sites.
Here we are at Lentney Battery on the coastline of Devon to answer the questions: what is a battery and why is it there?
If you Google define a battery, you'll find two definitions. The one that we're interested in is a fortified emplacement for heavy guns. Lentney Battery is a good example of 1905 coastal defence.
Batteries like this popped up all around the coastline of Britain. Their job was to protect strategic places that might be used by an enemy to land in the event of an invasion.
According to our references, Lentney Battery was built to support the fort and other batteries along this coastline. Their job was to protect the safe anchorage at Wembury, Bothersand and the main port and naval base at Plymouth.
Okay, so a battery is a fortified place that used big guns to defend the coast. I get that, but why is it here?
Well, Roscoe, this battery is built in a strong defensive position, dug into the hillside above the cliff. So from here, we have a good vantage point.
These days it's all Google Maps and satellites. Back in 1905, it was binoculars or the Mark I eyeball.
So the higher up you are, the further out to sea you can actually see.
On a clear day, you can get a good view of the horizon and see the enemy ships coming from a long way away. Take a look at these huge concrete structures. These are the gun aprons. This is where the heavy artillery would have been located. They still remain as a testament to their manufacture.
This area below the gun apron is called the gun pit. The word emplacement means a structure on or in which something is firmly placed. Look at these bolts that secure the gun to the floor.
Lentney Battery has two gun emplacements that seem to be identical in features.
Take a look at this area around the emplacement. This is a shell locker. As well as ammunition, we think these storage lockers were used to store equipment to operate and maintain the guns. We'll take a look at ordnance and firepower later on in the show.
What else makes this site a battery? We've got the big guns.
But what about the ammunition?
When most people think of a magazine, they often think of it being a digital or paper publication that contain items of interest.
In this case, a magazine is a military term used to describe an area to store ammunition.
This magazine here was buried underneath this battery to protect it from enemy fire. These arched ceilings in the magazine are designed to support the ground above. There is a thick layer of concrete and dirt above this room designed to absorb impacts from direct hits.
Lentney Battery had two magazines, one for each gun. So, what's all this about then?
I believe this would have been where they stored the shells.
So like in shelving.
They'll be called racking.
Ah! Shelving! Oh,
I'm going to kill you if you won't drive it down. Here are where the shells would have been stored. Shells are projectiles fired by the main guns, but we'll look at more of that later on in the series.
It's some sort of big bicycle chain.
No, Ross, it's a winch. I mean winch.
The close proximity of the magazine to the guns above means that the ammunition can be winched up to the guns quickly. Shell hoists, like this one, are located at either end of the magazine. Spring loaded. The spring still works. That could very well be like a 100-year-old spring.
And this is where the ammunition comes to the surface. Gunpowder or carbide cartridges were explosives of choice used to fire the projectile. These rooms below the battery may have been where they were stored. It looks like there's a separate lift for explosive cartridges. We believe this is where the cartridges would have come to the surface. But more on that later in this series.
So, what kind of firepower did Lentney Battery have?
According to resources, over the years a variety of armament was used on site.
Lentney Battery started off with standard 6-inch naval guns in 1905.
And in 1911 was upgraded to the Mark 7 breech loading naval gun.
In 1930, the battery was disarmed.
However, by World War II, quick-fire 12-pound naval guns were installed.
So, Gunny, what have we got here?
I do believe it's the light switch, sir. However, if we look to our switchboard here, I suspect they may not work.
So, these rooms could have been used for communication between other batteries or more storage.
According to our resources, this could have been the artillery store. This area could have been where the soldiers lived.
Yes, Mark. Got the original wooden floor in here.
You reckon I find that more rubbish?
No, this is made of wood. This battery was used in the Second World War and was also used to test some captured weapons, possibly during the conflict. This site was disarmed in 1956.
Lentney Battery is in surprisingly good condition when you consider it's been abandoned since 1991.
There is little evidence of graffiti. However, there are signs of vandalism. The structure itself is decaying over time and being consumed by nature.
Now there's a cheery thought, but not bad when you consider it's 111 years old.
I wish it was the case for all the sites we're going to visit on Battery Charge. That's all the time we have on this episode of Battery Charge.
Next time we look at the remains of Penley Point Battery on the Cornish coast.
We will be asking the question of why these batteries are now obsolete.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to question, comment and click subscribe. Until next time,